Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to another edition of the New Black Leadership Coalition right here live on CAN Television. The New Black Leadership. And let me thank Almighty God for granting me and you with another day of life on this planet that we call Earth. And I am so thankful for all of his blessings, for all of his gifts, for the talents that he instilled in us, and the skills. We thank him for all of the great prophets, of God. And I think sometimes we forget that and to say that. And I thank him for all of our ancestors. Let's not forget our ancestors. I mean, we talk about them during Black History Month, etc. But let's think about them all the time. We watch a movie here and there, and then there's a holiday. But we should never forget them. And even those who we don't know their names, and their names haven't been mentioned, but we thank them, those unsung heroes, unnamed individuals. We thank them too. And more so than even them, we thank the contemporaries. We thank those that are in our life now and those who are gone before us. Let's not stop thinking about them. Don't ever forget about our mentors. Don't forget about those who were there for us before we even understood what was really going on in this world. I know we can celebrate easily entertainers and people that, play music and play sports and etc. And so many of us, unfortunately, folks, so many of us are caught up in that world. And that's how we measure our success and our life. But as a new black leadership member, I'd like to thank all of our members. I mean, we have so many of our members that are probably tuned in tonight. I'd like to thank, starting with the founder, Minister Michael Muhammad, who is the president of Torchlight Interfaith Ministries, Professor Lance Williams, PhD, sociologist, author, T.O. Hardeman, Violence Interrupters, William Doc Walls, political activist, Fahim Shabazz, Shyrock, Hip Hop Nation, Arnez, Dancy, economic activist, Obadeli, Bamani Obadeli, activist, organizer, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Prisoners of Consciousness, our dear beloved brother who's not here physically but here in the spirit, Brother Joseph Watkins, Saving Our Seas, Vote, and Minister Raheem C. Anton, the founder of the Temple of Mercy, and D'Angelo Murray, activist, Johnny Muhammad, activist, Enoch Muhammad, co-founder of Hip Hop Detox, T.J. Crawford, activist, Roland Davis, the BOP Business Center and Project 5000, Reven Fellows, National Consortium of Black Agendas, Cyron Smith, National Block Club, Union University, our beloved departed brother, Chris Moore, never will forget him, of Exodus Renewal Society, formerly at the Urban League, and Brother Kwesi Harris, African American Males Resources. Won't forget you, Brother Kwesi. May long live his spirit. The African American Males Resource Center over at Chicago State. Dr. Kim Delaney, over PhD, author and businesswoman. Samuel Muhammad, North Star, United Missionary Workers of America. Brother David Patterson, who was on with me last night over at Intellectual Radio. Brother David, such a sharp brother. The A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum Director, and Professor Kelly Harris, PhD, and political scientist. And thank you that has been tuning in on Monday nights and this Tuesday evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our heart. And listen, today, it's me and you. I want some of you all to call in today. You really need to. That number's right there on the screen. 312-738-1060. Again, that's 312-738-1060. I put a post out there today, and the post read, solutions, next steps for our survival. Solutions, next steps for our survival. And as a member of the new black leadership, we understand that we are in our own way, folks. We are in our own way. What do I mean by that? Listen, there's no government, whether it's whoever is in the White House, and I said whoever's in the governor house, whoever's in the city hall, the mayor, it don't make a difference. You say, well, it does make a difference because they are going to give us this. They're going to give. Nobody is going to give us nothing. Zero. Not for what we need. For what we need, we have to give that to who? Ourselves. Only and only when. And that's why the New Black Leadership Coalition, we're trying to bust up all of the game plan, all of the shenanigans, all of the hustling. I mean, look at the misery, look at the condition of our community. You tell me, are we making progress? Are we? Call me and tell me. And I know if you measure progress from how it used to be and what we're doing now, we have digressed based on where we need to be. And I want to hear from you tonight because I'm telling you straight up, we don't have any solutions coming from anyone but us. We must, as a intelligent people, yeah, we gotta love. And I talk the love thing. I talk it a lot. But, hey, folks, I swear to you, we can get so caught up on this television stuff. We watch all of that, and there's nothing wrong with a good movie. And, great actors and actresses, but all around us is drama. All you got to do is walk out the house, walk down the block, and drama. We have a live television so-called show every damn day. So you don't need to be inundated with that and stuck on it. I know some of you all probably getting ready, if not already watching New Edition. I like the guys too, but there's so many other things important. And I'm telling you, you don't even realize how addictive we are when it comes to television and entertainment. You don't. And look, if we spend more time working on what we need to do, and I put further on that, to be the change that we want. We must be the change that we want, that we're looking for. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Don't you realize that you got a group of people, they're not our leaders. I mean, they should be embarrassed to even say that they are our spokespersons because they're not using their energy, their time, their wealth, their influence, their radio shows, their television shows. They're not using that to advance the cause of poor people. I promise you, they are not. And so as a member of the New Black Leadership, this coalition, and you're going to hear more and more about it, we got to break up this relationship. I was listening to, just for information, not to do anything with it as much as just to see that every day the same individuals that have a big audience are saying the same things to you. Same thing. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up and then smell the coffee? That Malcolm said it right. We have been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. And really, we're doing it to ourselves now. We are doing it to ourselves. And I'm saying that because most of what's wrong is what we could fix ourselves. We got a caller on, and I'm going to go ahead straight to the caller. Hello, caller. How you doing?
All right.
Good. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Milton Taylor.
Milton Taylor. What's your comment, Brother Milton, or a question?
My comment is you are exactly right. We we got it all. You
Mm.
know, we have had it all ever since we've been here. All we have to do is take everything that the white man took from us back. And hey, all our money, all the money, take it and put it in a black bank and shop with ourselves.
That's right. Absolutely. You are 100% right, Brother Milton. Look, most of our problem, not half, the majority of our problems, Brother Milton, is that we are being misled, misdirected. And I'm telling you, this coalition is so key on trying to break that grip and from this dependency that we've been on. And it don't make sense. Our coalition, again, is a coalition that is about expanding it, but we have a diverse group of brothers and sisters from different walks of life. But we realize that we got people that are in these board meetings, that are in these rooms where some things are decided and etc. But we got to make our own room. Some of those rooms, they're not going to let us in. They're not going to let you in. It ain't designed because they would rather give those individuals a seat at the table because they know most of what they get, they putting in their pocket. It ain't about, how hurt and how much suffering is going on. I mean, every day, if you're not in pain, if you're not hurt and sensitive to the condition of poor black people, poor Latinos, or poor white folks, period, then you could never be a leader. You could never call yourself a servant, and you could never say you are connected to that supreme being, because you would be bothered by what you see every day, and you would try your very best, even if you don't have any money, if you don't have anything to give. Give your love, give your spirit, give some joy to somebody, man. I mean, damn, can't you just speak to a stranger sometime with a smile? With a smile, with some love. Got another call on. How you doing, caller?
Yes,
Yes. How you doing? Who am I speaking with?
I'm great. My name is Rachel.
Rachel.
Yes, and I'm enjoying your program. I think you're right on the point on everything you're saying, but this is my comment. It may be a little off key a little bit, but this is how I feel. I
Okay.
have a problem with black folks around here doing this kumbaya, we are the world nonsense. Here we are at the lowest economic ladder of everything. We have the poorest education. We have the poor everything, and we out here marching for the rights of immigrants. We marching for the rights of the look. We got some things like you're saying, and I agree that we need to fix yet in our own community. We ain't got time, but that's another trick of the power structure to divide, and then divide some more. Black people need to wake up. I'm with you on every level, but all this nonsense about we gonna fix other people's communities, are you crazy? We not even straight. That's my comment.
I love
More
it.
power to you.
I love it. You are 100% correct. Charity starts at home. We can't help nobody until we first help ourselves, each other, our community. And so marching has its place, even protest. But if you notice the people with, again, some of these national microphones, some of these national programs, you have not heard not one of them mention farming. You've not heard one of them talk about redistributing the pain. You know what that means? That means that you withdraw your dollars from those individuals that don't support and give back to our community. They ain't talking like that because you know why? They get paid from the same people that they claim to be protesting against. They say one thing out front and they go behind our backs through the back door. I'm just telling you, and they get a check. They get a check. Man, they ain't a bit hurt. Lord, don't you see them? They living large. How could you live that large while your people suffering and you don't touch down at all? Guess who gonna stop the violence, the hate? Us. And until we stand up against our own babies with love, until we talk to them with love and wisdom of God, and they can feel the Spirit of God is all over you, that's when you know you Christ-like. Because then you ain't afraid. You cannot ever be Christ. All of the members of the New Black Leadership, honestly, they are working very hard to be Christ-like. That means to come crush the wicked in ourselves and around us, meaning that we have to expose those who are playing games with our survival. And we got so many people who want to protest, who want to just march, who want to just have a conference here. They go to all these little bourgeoisie galas, and it's the same individuals that they just rotate them around. I mean, you go to some of these galas, it's the same people. And I mean, some of them, they got low self-esteem because they in these rooms and they thinking because they're around the same people that's progress. You got low self-esteem. I'm comfortable if I'm around people who are at the Pacific Garden and we having dinner. I feel empowered by them. Not a bunch of people wannabes pretending and faking and yet don't have no damn compassion for the poor. But you at these little bourgeoisie galas. Just foolishness. Anyway, another call on. How you doing? Hello, caller.
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, my comment is I feel that we need to look within ourselves and
That's right. That's right.
Education. And what I mean when I say education is not only general education but also law, the political arena. We need to understand medical so that we can do for self, not just when it comes to food and other things that we generally use. In addition to that, we need to definitely know economics and financial literacy. Do I get an amen on that?
You got a big amen. Big, but thank you, brother. A big amen. And let me tell you something. Education. Some of you all that have not read The Miseducation of the Negro, you need to go read that book. Because if education is not doing for you what it did for others, education is not just to get a degree and go and work for somebody. Education, if we got so many degrees, so much education, but we don't own and operate our own community. How educated are we? When in fact, most of that in our community are of folks doing business that don't do business with us. Let me take this other caller. I'm going to finish that point. Hello, caller.
Oh, yes. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How you feel?
I'm great. Praise.
I'm hyped up right here. You know, just a few minutes, I'm all hyped up. Yes, ma'am.
I am too, because it's all about God. And what I do, I'm a great-grandma.
Great-grandma?
Yeah, I'll be 81 March the 8th.
No, you won't. 81?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to God. 81. Keep on keeping on.
And what I do with the young men, like their pants all shook. They can't walk
Oh,
by
boy.
They cannot walk by me with their pants. And they know I'm Gramps, and I have a big black spoon, and they, after
I love it.
They collect their pants, and when they get 4 or 5 houses down, then they drop them again.
I love you.
Young man, I said, pull up those pants. So, anyway, and then we got to show our young people love too. Not just distance, but you got to have love and
That's
kind
right.
words and do things for them. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
And I said, do you know anything about Jesus? You know, and the kids on the way to school. I said, do your best in school, you know. Anyway, that's my comment.
I love you, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes, she is 100% right. Most people won't say anything. And when I say, and I asked the young men, I asked a couple of young men today to pull up their pants, and they did it right away. Right away. And I said it like this, with love. I said, come on, son. Come on, son. Pull those pants up. You know that don't look right. And guess what? They pulled them up. And she's right. They might go around the corner, down the street, but they know. They waiting on us. They waiting on us. They can't play 16-inch softball. They can't play piggy. They can't play hopscotch, or they can't play basketball. They can't go up to the park district. The girls can't jump rope. We can't play four corners. We can't play catch a girl, kiss a girl. And I missed that game. We can't play it. They cannot, so they suppressed. We should be ashamed of ourselves that our babies are being held hostage in their own neighborhood. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So at the end of the day, we have to be the change, and that's what we promote in the new black leadership. Be the change that you want. And guess what? I promise you, you'll see our conditions changing. I mean, you know, it's great to go to church on Sunday and get some good spiritual teaching. I advocate for that. I understand that. I honor that. And I respect that. But when we leave, that's when it really starts. Because you've been energized. You should have been energized. You should have been taught. You should have, principles that's about that man that is the greatest one examples in the world. So when you leave there, you should be so fired up to transform the community. That's why it said, be ye. Right? Be ye, be us, be you, be us, transformed so that we can be a blessing to our community. So when we get that kind of energy, we cannot just sit still. And I promise you, I'm going to say this, I got a couple of minutes, and I got to get off in probably like 5 minutes. So if you want to call in, you can. But nothing is going to change. You're going to keep reading the newspaper. You're going to keep seeing the news flash. You're going to keep seeing the same individuals who've been out front. Well, not really for us, but they're the ones that the media go and get. They're the ones that they go and put out there as though they really are. They're not shepherds. Some of them are just straight up wolves, to be very honest. But the same individual. And I'm telling you, you're going to hear so much more about the new black leadership because we intend to make sure our actions match up with our words. And we're working diligently every day to expand, but yet to have a solid platform to where we can launch all of the stuff that we already know we need to be doing. There's nothing new under the sun. We just have not been action-oriented. When are we going to do it? We got a bunch of people talking, but when are we going to do it? Another caller. Hey, good evening, caller. How you doing?
Bud, how you doing?
Good. I like that young blood. Boy, you from the old school. What up, young blood?
Listen. You and I, we have some history, but I wanted to find out how we can educate our young brothers, in particular, financial literacy, so that so our young brothers won't put value into gym shoes and T-shirts and
oh Lord, yes.
Just the materialistic things for us to teach our young brothers. So my question is, how can we do that to incorporate that so our young brothers know the difference between, if you want to invest in some $200 in some Nike gym shoes, why don't you invest $200 into some Nike stock?
Yeah, I love it. And so that financial literacy is very important. And really, man, thank you, brother, for the call. And really, it's really about trying to bust up the illusions of what is success, because oftentimes we measure success by materials. And so we've empowered these folks to make a lot of money off of us and our youth to think that that's so important. I mean, we used to like, what did we wear? Converses and the different colors. So we all have been there, but we got to try to bust up this whole materialism thing and definitely let them know that, oftentimes they want to eat certain things. So the priorities, we got to help them with what's more important. Because if you starving and you got a nice pair of gym shoes on and you're hungry, they realize that you can't eat them shoes. That's what we were taught. So we got to go back to the basics with them. And unfortunately, this material world that we live in, everybody is measuring success off of things, which is really an illusion. That's why I mentioned the galas that people go to. These same group of our people from the community, I promise you. And some of you, all of you, don't be offended, because it's all right for you to go to a gala and $500 plate dinner, and you're around they're not the real movers and shakers, but you're around a group of people who have acquired a few things. Most of them get the tickets free, and they put on some nice little clothes, and they just hobnob with each other. I'm sorry. I just got to bust that up. I'm so tired of that. And you don't talk to the little brother, and yet you go and embrace people at the mosque, at the church, at the synagogue, at the cathedral, and then you walk by the little so-called little people, but our people that don't have a car, they don't have a big home, they're struggling financially, and you say zero to them. Yet you come out of these big or small or in between, and you say you saved. I'm sorry, but you're not. You got a long way to go. That's why the scripture said, feed my sheep. Ain't no love, ain't no relationship with the Creator unless you are involved with feeding the sheep. It can be a word, it can be inspiration, it can be motivation. It must be something. So anyway, boy, 30 minutes went by quick. Thank you all. I know many of you all are watching New Edition, but guess what? If you tuned in, share this with somebody. Share this with somebody and let them know that you love them. Peace and love. New Black Leadership. See you next week. Same time, same place. We out of here.